It's not just barbecue that we make here at the Barbecue Lab, but this shrimp lo mein dish is a weeknight staple for our family. It takes about 10 minutes to cook, and we do the prep the day before to ensure that we eat less frozen nuggets and more meals, and we'll show you how. 80% of the work in this dish is prepping the ingredients, so that's where we're going to start. Our protein is shrimp, and we buy them at the grocery store uncooked, frozen, deveined with the shell and tail on. If you're doing prep the night before, these shrimp will thaw overnight in the refrigerator. I just put them in a plastic bag and let the fridge do the thawing for me. I'll line up our carrot, mushrooms, cabbage, garlic, cloves, and fresh ginger next to the cutting board so I'm not running back and forth to the fridge with a knife in my hand. A quick peel for the carrot, and we're going to julienne this into small, thin strips. I'll square the carrot off by removing the round sides and cutting it into rectangular slices. I'll put 2 to 3 slices on top of each other and slice through to get our julienne. For the mushrooms, I want these to be sliced on the thin side, so I like to buy whole mushrooms and cut them myself to control the size. In this dish, I want the vegetables to get caught up in the noodles as they're eaten, so thin slices is what we're going for here. Now, like that guy at the gym you walk by and roll your eyes at, shredded is how we want our cabbage today. So super thin cuts along the leaves is perfect. Now, the green onions are used 2 ways in this dish. The green parts I cut into inch-long strips to be cooked into the dish, while the white part I slice thin to be used at the end as a garnish. Now, the garlic is a quick whack with the knife to separate the garlic from the skin, and then a fine dice, while the ginger I like to peel with a spoon and use a microplane to get almost a grated consistency that will permeate the dish. Now, that's it for prep, and we're really ready for tomorrow's dinner during that 30-minute window we have between work, football games, and drama rehearsals. Now, the day of the cook, the first thing is getting a pot of water on to boil the pasta noodles. We're using the 8-quart Hexclad with the lid and the American Renaissance Grill Pro burner that we built into the outdoor kitchen. It heats water incredibly fast. Now, once that's on the heat, take your shrimp over to the sink and peel and take off the tails. I just set the raw shrimp aside in a bowl, and it's time to make the sauce. We just need to combine the sauce ingredients into a bowl large enough to make sure we can stir it without painting it all over the counter. That's usually my move, and I don't recommend it if you're in charge of cleaning up after dinner. Now, add in 1.5 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of dark soy sauce, 4 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sweet soy sauce, and 3 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce for a little tinge of heat. Now, if any of those ingredients are something that you don't have at home, I'll be sure to put links below where you can order them. Now, you can also check your local Asian grocery store like we have here in our town, and they have all of this on hand. I use these ingredients in all of my wok recipes, so they're fantastic staples to have around for weeknight meals. As soon as the water comes to a boil, it's time to drop in the noodles. We're using some frozen Chinese egg noodles today, but I will use spaghetti noodles in a pinch. There's a difference in flavor, but on a weeknight meal, it won't stop me from putting it on the menu if I have only spaghetti I can use. Now, I hear there's a guy in an orange shirt running around yelling at people who mix Italian and Chinese ingredients, so don't tell that guy and we'll all be fine. Now, I'll cook the noodles until they're just about 2 minutes short of al dente, set them aside, and leave them in the hot pasta water while we pull together the rest of the dish. The Pro burner that we're using here in the outdoor kitchen has a removable wok ring. It's our favorite way to cook with a wok, and even round bottom woks work with this burner. Today we're using the Hexclad wok, which has a flat bottom, so it can be used on the stovetop or in the outdoor burner. Now, with the wok set to medium, which on this burner is equal to high in the indoor range, I just add a little oil to the wok and add the shrimp in first. We want to cook this until it's just pink on the outside, not completely cooked all the way through. The shrimp will be added back in later to finish cooking, but we want to get them about halfway before setting them aside. I'll add a little bit more oil into the wok, and in go the julienne carrots. I want to give our carrots about a 2-minute head start over the rest of the veggies since they're much more dense and need just a little bit longer. Just stir fry the carrots until you're seeing a little bend in the carrot. Then it's time to add the cabbage and mushrooms. Another 2 minutes for the mushrooms and cabbage to soften, and when it looks like this, it's time for the garlic and ginger. I'll use my wok chan to make a void in the bottom of the wok and add just a little bit more oil and fry the garlic and ginger for just about 30 seconds before mixing it in with the vegetables. We're not going for blackened garlic here, so move it around a bit and keep the heat manageable. There's no award for finishing early. Add the shrimp back in, and by now your pasta should be a nice al dente, which means you can bite through it with a little chewiness in the center. Now before the pasta goes in, it's time to add the sauce to the wok first and let it heat up for a few seconds. Once the sauce is hot, I'll kill the heat to the wok, add in the pasta, and stir to combine. And that is it. The hot sauce, veggies, and shrimp will combine with the pasta that just came out of the boiling pasta water to create a lovely steaming hot noodle dish that will have your family asking for it at least once a week. Time for the taste test, but man, the smell of this dish is just amazing. I'm pretty sure I liked it. I think I even did a little jig there, but that's enough of that. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can find the pots and pans we used in today's video, along with our favorite cooking gear. Whether you're outside grilling or cooking indoors, Melissa does a great job of not only being behind the camera, but also curating a list of the best gear in the description and on our shop page over at thebarbecuelab.com/shop. And it's there for you 24/7 whenever you need to give or get the best. If you want to print this recipe, just check the description below as well, and we'll have a link where you can print this recipe out to make it easier to make yourself. When you try this recipe out, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you're like me and add sriracha to give it more of a kick, since my family isn't riding the spice train with me. I look forward to seeing you in the comments, so until next time, invite some people over, create shared experiences with family and friends. It makes everyday life so much sweeter.